Hello, welcome to Trans Nation Superstars. I'm Deltaniwa X, and today I'm joined by Rabbit Donkey 96, Noe, oh no, not Noe, sorry, where the hell did he come from? Big Mike 46385, Banana Josh 1, Going Z 28 underscore, Stuart McKenzie 2, and Habs for Life 634. Welcome to the show, boys. So, we had a bit of fun.
Thanks for saving the best for last.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, sorry. And I'm Deltaniwa X anyway. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Oh, first and last. Anyway, so we've had quite an interesting couple of races proceeding to where we are now at the Russian Grand Prix. We just revisited, of course, in the more serious broadcasting standard, we visited Bahrain last weekend. So now we're going to get into the more controversial side of things, and I definitely know there's going to be a fair bit of controversy in here today. So
That's because Mackenzie's here. He's the king of controversy.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's obvious enough. But
he's like Bill Clinton.
One of the things we're actually going to start with, and it's by request of one of our cast members, Jay. We'll go with him as J2. We're going to start with Grill the Grid today. So we're going to have a look back on things and just going to have a look and think back to something here. Alright. We'll see who's been paying attention. Our next Grand Prix... Well, actually, what track is our next 100% race?
Canada!
Yeah, actually, Mackenzie did fire in there first. That's.
No. I was.
Jonathan, piss off!
No, I had gotten in ahead of you.
Piss off! That was lag.
I literally said Canada.
We don't care!
Canada. Okay, I'm not even going to begin to go there. Next question. If anyone's been paying attention to the championship picture at this present moment, what is the gap between first and second in the F1 category?
4 points.
4 points.
I'm going to give that one to Guy. Just because he's got such a deep, mellifluous voice.
Fuck you!
Well, grow some balls, man. Seriously.
At least I can grow some for it.
Oh.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Oh, dear.
No. Do that.
I'll need a magnifying glass to even have a chance to see.
Back into that. We'll go back to the battle of who has the most biggest kahunas.
Let's keep it softer, not harder.
Well, I'd say keep it PG, but I think we're well beyond that. So J2, I've got a question for you. J2.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're J1. J2.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, well, then fine. Then I'll just ask J1 this question. How many licks does it get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Oh, gosh. God's sake.
Believe me, I don't even know.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, in seriousness, it was quite an interesting race for you. Moving on now, I mean, that Grill the Word was a complete fail because I didn't actually have any questions set up, but oh well. So your race was quite up and down, but a lot of people kind of asked the question of why did you actually end up retiring, because you were still in a position where you could have scored some points and would have put yourself a bit more in the championship picture than what you are now. I mean, you're only 4 points behind the leader, but given if you'd finished the race, it would have been a bit different.
Well, I spun twice. It's because I can't feel bad at turn 3 for someone now, because, I lose grips and kind of spun for the moments already. And I said, it was in my head, it was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to catch up already. Because even though I'm 11th place already for this one, and there's no way I'm going to get back to the points So I just had to end myself retirement right now.
I think, given the place of how things would have turned out, I think a ninth place finish would have been on the cards if you had stayed in the game. What with Jonathan Carton or Habs for Life 634 crashing out, and then XNZ Pro pretty much. Wow, I can't even begin to explain his race because it was just. For those watching, just watch the GP3 race and you'll kind of get what I mean.
It's a typical race. It's a typical race for him. He spends more time sideways than going straight.
If he wasn't spinning around, he was in the damn pit.
Yeah, it's been and it's like Guy said, he was the one that was being talked up a lot for being a contender in the championship, and I mean we saw that race in Silverstone for the post-race season test in Silverstone. He had a spin at the first lap, but then clawed his way right back into the fight, and that was the kind of thing that tipped us to think that he could have been a prime championship contender. As far as it's gone, it's been anything but.
Who are we talking shit about now?
Yeah, I'm slightly lost.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're playing FIFA instead of paying attention to what matters.
Oh,
I'm going to calm my emotions before I rip into something.
We were talking about Mason's interesting
Bahrain Grand Prix. Don't even fucking go there. Like he just needs to pick his balls up and actually try and race instead of spending all his time sideways or in the pits.
Kind of hard for him to pick his balls up if he hasn't dropped them yet.
Yeah, I think everyone's now under the impression that he's not exactly as old as what the website has said. So there was an age restriction on this thing, but I think that's kind of gone out the wayside. But I mean, when you think about it, Mackenzie's greatest challenger is a 13-year-old. So
what are you trying to say? How are you saying that? Wait. What are you saying?
Well, Cart 1979 is 18, but his teammate, Betts, is only 13.
I think I'm gonna go find some rope and hang myself. So catch you later, guys.
So to this point, Betts 715 sits as the youngest podium finisher in the Trans Nation Challenge. I unfortunately have the primed privilege of being the oldest race winner in the Trans Nation Challenge.
Until Mike wins a race.
Until Russia.
Until Mike wins a race.
Well, I'm going to put my money on you to win the race then, Mike, because I don't want that record. But believe me, I think it's only you, Pierre Monet. No, actually, sorry, Pierre Monet actually sits as the oldest winner. He's 35. Oh, thank Christ for that.
Holy Jesus! I'm racing. I'm racing up against people twice my age. That's quite scary. What are you guys doing in Sydney playing video games when you guys have a life and kids?
Hey! I was born in '80, dude. I will always play video games till the day I die, man.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing about it was that the 1980s was basically the birth of high-level video gaming. So people being born in the 80s. Anyone born in the 70s beyond would just think you're crazy.
That's probably why my parents hate me playing video games all the time.
My parents are no different in that they were born in the 50s, early 60s. So
you're same with my parents.
So anyway, that aside, we look now into Russia, which is one of the tracks that, well, it's hard. It's a hard.
The person that wins is going to have the least amount of corner cutting penalties.
That's the bottom line. Well, and maybe not so much.
So.
GP2, GP3, probably not. F1, definitely.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I'm calling Guy to get disqualified on lap 15 due to corner cutting.
Hey, why me?
Because I've got beef against you, you sweaty little bastard.
Oh, look at that. Still hung up.
Just because you Pastor Maldonado'd him.
And of course,
No. Mason's going to be the pastor. Mason's Pastor Maldonado. Don't get around him; he'll crash you out.
Oh
Or
my
Kvyat,
God.
either one.
So we've had this I had this conversation with someone last night. Actually, it was actually you, J1, actually, that I had this conversation with. People give Pastor Maldonado a lot of crap about his driving ethics, but people seem to forget it was Romain Grosjean that got two race bans in his.
Well, it was
Yeah.
only one, but okay.
But he's caused a heap of crashes when he debuted.
But
I don't-
but where's Grosjean now compared to Maldonado? Maldonado's probably sitting at home playing with his tiny cock, and Grosjean still in his
I think Maldonado has kids.
You really
this job.
That just went.
Stuart, hey, check this out. Stuart McKenzie just likes imagining his dick in his mouth, so.
says the one who fucking says the one who whenever he talks shit about me, he always seems to bring up dick. So yeah, the army has certainly changed you, J2.
Hey man, we accept you for who you are, brother.
Yeah, hey, it's 2018. You could be gay and have no fucking repercussions or anything. Trust me, we don't judge.
Well, actually, the funny thing about it is that in outside Formula One news, Australian rugby player has just actually been almost
Israel Folau, right?
Yeah, Israel Folau, who's almost
Yeah.
is on the verge of being sacked from the Australian rugby team for a very slanderous gay message, saying that gay
In
people.
fairness, he's very religious, so I mean, he was just expressing his religious views.
Yeah, but
so,
I think
but
because
I don't think it's really.
I have
yeah.
homosexuality in my family. My brother is gay, but he is a very successful restaurant owner. But the way I look at it, so the message was, those who are gay will burn in hell unless they atone for their sins and turn to God for help. Now, I think going by that, and I'm not a religious person, but I know that there are some tenets in the Bible, and I'm pretty sure one of them is "Thou shalt not judge." And throwing a slanderous proposal like
he
that,
he should have just kept it to himself. It's not a view for these days. But...
well, exactly.
I thought we weren't going to get very serious today. Jesus.
Well, we're having a bit of fun at the same time, but I mean, it's just one of those things.
It's because I'm here. It's because I'm here. That's the difference.
Does this count as my moment of seriousness?
No, not quite. But
I'm just going to ask people on their views on homosexuality and see what
happens. These kind of messages that give sport a bad name. I mean, I don't like rugby. I can't stand the sport with a passion. But
I don't feel like rugby anymore.
People like that deserve everything that comes to them. So if he gets sacked, that's that's justice.
It's his own fault.
That's on him. That's on him.
And
I don't
in
care if
Formula
he's
One
gay,
news
straight
as
or
well,
what
I
the
just
case
want
may
to
be.
bring this up. Hamilton has a 5-place grid penalty for the Bahrain Grand Prix for a changing gearbox.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I was going to say changing his gearbox.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, they found a hydraulic fluid issue, so they had to change the gearbox.
Actually,
so
who was the fastest in the two sessions?
we shall find out, shall we?
Oh.
Kimmy.
The results are in.
I'd imagine it would be Hamilton probably in both, or unless.
No, I don't think Hamilton's got both.
What in the
It was
practice?
Ricardo
It was
in
Kimmy. It
FP1
was Ricardo and
and,
Kimmy.
Oh, was it?
Mike in
Okay,
FP2.
so Ricardo
Yeah.
and Kimmy.
I don't think it's Hamilton.
Aki
100%.
Kovalainen has the fastest.
Hamilton was
F1
down
time.
in 5th or something.
P1 time.
Wait, did you just say Heikki Kovalainen?
Yeah.
Picking Kovalainen. Oh,
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
What a driver.
Picking Kovalainen.
He was actually quite a good driver. I mean,
Yeah, he was solid.
he was underlined by the fact that he was kind of like he'd only joined in 2007 at Renault to replace Fernando Alonso, and then of course they kind of swapped their positions.
They did swap their positions.
So he became the number 2 for McLaren, and of course that was basically his role through the whole thing.
Living in Hamilton's shadows.
Because what they wanted Lewis Hamilton to win in 2007. That was the bottom line. they kind of ignored the fact that, hey, we've got Fernando Alonso, 2-time Formula One double world champion in our team.
And defending champion.
Yeah, but they
True.
wanted the youngest Formula One world champion, and Lewis Hamilton would have been that person at that time.
Until Seb came along.
Well, actually, even in 2008, he still took the youngest world champion. But the thing about it is that they wanted it when he was young enough to a point where no one could beat it. So that's why Fernando and Lewis blew it for themselves, because Fernando didn't want to be number 2. He was the world champion.
Of course he didn't.
He was the world champion.
He was
He
the
had the
defending-
number 1 on his car.
He was a double-time world championship before Hamilton made his debut.
Exactly. And he had the number 1 on his car. Therefore, by his right, he should have been number 1. And that's where they came together, especially in Hungary.
And that's where they fucked up.
Especially in Hungary when we had that infamous moment when Fernando deliberately held Hamilton for an extra 10 seconds so that Hamilton wouldn't get another lap in. But of course, Fernando got the penalty for it because everyone wanted took Hamilton's side on the matter.
That little freaking buzz cut 22-year-old thing. The fuck?
That's one of the funniest
yeah,
things. And I mean, yeah, we're getting a bit off topic from the league itself, but one of the funniest things I've noticed in Formula One drivers is their radical hairstyles as they progress through the season. I mean, you look at Sebastian Vettel's cut,
there's nothing radical about that. I actually quite like that haircut.
I don't know. I disagree with that. I've never been a big fan of people that buzz the sides of their hair and leave the top to be whatever. That's why I never liked.
Hey, bro, that's what I got going on. Fuck off.
Yeah, but you're in the army. There's a difference. You have to have that cut.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, actually, technically speaking, shouldn't you have all your hair buzzed off?
Ooh.
I'm not even in the military, and I have that.
I'm actually due for a haircut today anyway. But anyway, we're getting we're getting way off track here.
Back to grill the grid, surely.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, we've already grilled the grid once, so we might do it again if I can think of some more questions later. Take two. Well, actually, one of the things that is going to happen later down the road to broaden out the Trans Nation superstars as well.
Hairpin time.
What?
Oh,
Hey,
gosh.
we got back on track.
What
it's
is
like
going
a
on?
hairpin. Hey, we were off track. Now we're back on track. It's hairpin time.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There we go.
So one of the things that we're going to be bringing into this broadcast, because this also gets broadcasted around the world on a Canadian radio channel.
Shout out to Jonathan for that.
HGB.
Ooh.
Yep, HGP.
HGBroadcasting.ca for those that want to tune in.
They should sponsor us actually.
Link in the description, surely, Brett.
Oh yeah, I'll probably do some plugs.
More plugs.
More plugs.
More plugs.
So to help broaden that out, we're going to be introducing what we've talked about it in the broadcast of Russia. Best of Team Radio. So that's going to be one of the adverts for the program. And I think that's
So many shots are going to be fired. So many like in the moment, heat of the moment, conversations going to be brought up. It's going to be like absolutely horrible.
well, it's like we
Mason,
said.
get out of my fucking way or just spin out.
I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I'm so far ahead. I'm so far ahead. I think I could pause and get a snack. Can you hand me the turkey
Yeah,
sandwich over the pit
when have
wall?
you ever said that?
Oh, I don't
There's
know.
no mayonnaise, and you got the numbers wrong. God damn it.
But yeah, anyway, that's going to be one of the many things. The other thing is going to be a more refined grill the grid, but it's going to be with the teammates rather than a quiz kind of operation. So you've seen them before on F1 channels where the teammates ask questions mostly about the other driver's career or the history of the team that they're currently
I'm
in.
fucked because David doesn't say anything. I'm actually fucked because David doesn't fucking say anything.
Oh, that's going to be a bit of fun, though. But anyway, we'll take a break here at Transnation Superstars, and when we come back, we'll have another crack at Grill the Grid, and we'll see We'll make it a more refined questionnaire so that we don't have any rapid fires and seeing who came first.
Yeah,
The chicken
Brett.
beat the egg.
Sort your shit out.
Oh, I was just waiting until someone got the joke, but oh well.
Yeah, I got it.
I didn't get it. Someone explain
I
it to
did.
me.
Oh, for God's sake. Who came first?
Ah!
Or the egg. Oh, never mind.
that took me so much longer than I thought than it usually does, because I'm usually like bang on with that sort of shit.
I was gonna say, I thought you'd be the first person to get that joke.
Oh well, I'm fucked up. So.
Won't be Stuart McKenzie that's first. We know that for sure.
Well, anyway, welcome back to Trans Nation Superstars. Now we're going to have another crack at Grill the Grid. This time we're going to be a little bit more technical with this and going to go one by one. So, Guy, we're going to start with you.
Oh,
I swear to God, if Josh brings up any more balls jokes, I'm calling out he's gay.
All right. Anyway, so we know that. Actually, this is going to be a bit of a trick one, and only I know the answer to this one.
great! Thanks for
This
that.
is going to be funny. So, Erlingdang and Infinite March took place of Black Mamba 0113 and Xeri in the Bahrain Grand Prix. But
Yep.
who replaced who?
Oh well. I mean, there's literally, it's just a 50-50. I'm trying to think about this
don't
logically,
say.
but I'm not sure I'm getting anywhere right here. I'm gonna say, I think I've got a
I can
feeling
smell your brain
that
burning from here.
Do I smell bacon?
I got a feeling
I
that
could smell that clear over here.
Infinite March was the first one called up, which I think was Axel. So I'm gonna say that Infinite March replaced Xeri,
Well
and
done.
then that's the other, and then the other. way
Damn.
around.
Correct. Well done.
Yes.
So March was actually the first driver to be called up, and that was in place for Axel. And then, of course, Erlingdang then requested that he take part in that car. So moving now to J1.
Yep.
Wrong J,
boy.
but okay.
No, J1 is J Law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, okay, so we'll go J Law and J Ad.
All right.
So J Law, your question is, what was the pole time set by the Joker 35 in GP3?
2 days fast.
I would almost accept that. I would almost accept that.
But not enough.
I think it's the 34s, Ray. I think it's. I'm gonna say 1 minute 34 point.
No, not even close, bro.
No,
Not even close.
no, it
No,
was
it's 128.1.
Yeah, 128.1.
Yeah.
The fastest.
128.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
you're
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
confusing yourself with Russian times.
He
Cheating.
was the fastest guy like overall over the 3 categories all
The
weekend.
top 3, in fact, of the overall times was him with a 128.1. Then it was TSO Dems with a 128.2, and then it was Rabbit with a 128.7. So
It was a
Get in
9,
there.
wasn't it?
no, it was a 7 in the end. But yeah, so yeah, it's quite a contrast when you've got the GP3 driver ahead of 2 F1 drivers. So of course he had to be moved. So he has been moved to join myself at Ferrari. So
Yeah.
all right. So Mackenzie, your question.
Oh God.
The position. So Erlingdang finished second in both the F1 and the GP3 category by the one-stop strategy. Which positions did he start in both categories?
Oh fuck.
This is-
I should know F1 because I commentated over this. I'm gonna say P6 for F1,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have no idea where he qualified for
P8.
Oh, was it P8 for GP3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
actually. Yeah, he was. So Ed was right on that one. So, so yeah, you were
Again,
correct,
I've
you were
watched the
correct on the
GP3
you were
race,
correct
I'll-
on the F1 one at least. There was only effectively you would say he was 7th, but because of the aborted start, he did end up starting 6th. So, he did very well. In fact, driver of the
Yeah,
day.
do you like it's depressing to see when you have more invitational drivers than F1 drivers.
Well, hopefully that's going to change. Although Purex 2121 has requested if he could be an invitational driver, which could be a possibility depending on a few drivers' actions. But I think, as far as I'm aware, every driver is going to be at or at Russia. But anyway, so J-Ad.
What's your thing with Bahrain and China?
Oh, I hate. Well, I love. Oh, there's the
You're
thing.
so
I love.
hung up on the
I love
past.
Bahrain, but I hate China. So it's kind of a love-hate relationship.
Oh.
But anyway, so
It's a win-win for.
So J-Ad, your question. You finished.
Yeah.
You finished on the podium on your debut,
Good shit.
but
good
you're
shit.
not the only.
Nice.
You're not the only driver from Haas to finish on the podium on debut. Who was that other driver, and where?
It was Big Mike. It was Big Mike.
BD
and I
at
don't know
Australia.
where.
BD at Australia.
Yeah, it was Betty at Australia, but arguably,
Damn it, Mike! I had faith in you.
well, actually, Mike was at. Well, he's not here to defend himself now, but he was actually out on the second lap of Australia, and created quite a bit of a spectacle for us commentators watching that glitching wall.
Yeah.
Don't forget the rolling tire.
The rolling.
The rolling tire. What did I miss?
They should make a band. Okay, so no, Jonathan, you're the
It's
last.
Jonathan.
You're the last guy.
Best for last.
Oh, no one's asked me a question yet.
I've got one.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
God.
I'll wait.
Don't
Anyway,
do it.
So, Jonathan. Okay, I'm gonna think about this. Okay.
I got one. I got a. for you.
How many new drivers are attending? Well, could be attending Russia this weekend.
6.
In which series?
All of them.
5.
Okay, let me just have a flip through my sheet here. So we have got.
Love it when you don't know the actual answer.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
do,
not-
I do, but I'm just double checking. So we've got Fuchtus in McLaren Honda. We've got Pure Gold, Rick, Rise KYC, and there is another guy. I haven't fully actually got him on the list here, but no, there's actually only 4 new drivers.
I was close. I said 6.
Right.
Hey Brett, I got a question for you.
What's that?
So do I.
All right, so Brett, if you remember GP3, how many incidents were in the race? And how many incidents were in the race, and how many of them were on the first lap?
Okay, so we had. So we had the incident with Banana Josh and someone. Well, I don't know who the other party was on that one. There was an incident between Mike and someone else in there, so there was 2 there. I can remember for the most part. I think there was about 3.
Yeah, you're right.
And of course, we also had quote of the day from Guy Tasker. The ooh, just all throughout GP2 was just.
It was just constant. That first lap was so intense. I couldn't even bring myself to say words.
All right,
Let out a
Mackenzie,
little
so
squeal.
Mackenzie, what's your question then?
Okay. I don't know if you'll like remember like the exact answer, but on what lap in the GP2 race did I make my second pit stop, and what was the gap between me and Cart before that pit stop?
It was lap. It was lap
Oh.
18. It was lap 18.
I will just confirm that. I've got
It was lap 18, and the gap was about 2.3 seconds.
You are wrong on both of those.
No.
Actually, I'll take that back. Let's find out. I'm just gonna go back. Okay, no, I'll take that back. No, it was lap 20, and it was about 2.5 seconds. So
Okay, so pretty close on the second one. 2 laps off the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we still question that. We still question that method, but you know.
Oh, no. I'm questioning it as well. So. Oh, Mike's back.
Hey,
What did he miss?
Oh.
I had another.
Okay, so
Thanks,
Mike,
Michael.
now we're gonna. Oh, great! Now I gotta find you a question. Shit.
God, why'd you have to join?
Fuck off
Okay.
already.
Okay, so the question for you,
who
Mike,
said
will
that?
be:
Me.
what's the square root of an isosceles triangle?
What?
Oh,
Mad.
I know.
Actually, oddly
That
enough,
one-
the answer is actually pretty simple, but I'm not gonna bother with that anyway. So
I haven't done math in years.
okay, actually, this is gonna be funny. Actually, who's your teammate for next season?
Pass Maldonado.
Wait.
Yep, correct answer is Mason. So you can imagine that unless he steps his game up, you're gonna Ferrari are gonna be quite under the wire.
Yeah, we're gonna be shit next year.
Mason, if you're watching this, you better sort your shit out.
I hope he does.
Ferrari's counting on you.
Well, Ferrari's counting on you too.
Oh.
I know. Yeah, but I got David, so.
Yeah, you can't rely on him all the time. So,
I'll be there or thereabouts.
so we'll move into round 2.
Yay.
Yeah,
And-
there's a second round for this shit.
Yep. So okay,
Oh, good
so
God.
Mackenzie, we talked about this previously. Which teams in the season 2018 F1 category have retained their driver lineup?
Oh,
Ooh. That's a good one.
I know. I think.
I know Mercedes and Red Bull have definitely. I know those two are definite.
True.
I think that might be it actually.
Well, you're correct. So Red Bull and Mercedes are the only two
Okay,
teams
okay.
to retain their driver lineup from the F1. Now, Guy, I'm going to add to this question for you.
Oh God.
How many drivers have got the same? So this one's going to be a bit tricky to try and get out. So I'll try my best on this. So, there are certain drivers that have paired up for this season and are carrying over to the next season, though in different cars. How many of those driver combinations are there?
So
basically, people that
yeah,
switch cars.
No. So people who are currently teammates, but they're going to be teammates in season 2018, but in different cars.
Oh.
See, Brett, that wasn't so difficult.
Yeah.
What was that?
Someone-
Josh is going for a
I
drive.
feel like there's only one pair.
What was that?
Don't worry about it. The correct answer is actually 2.
Oh, you're wrong.
Ooh.
So
I got
Bert
one for
J
bread.
and
So
Axel
the-
21.
yeah, is the first pairing, and then the 2 Sauber boys will partner up again in.
Oh, yeah,
Williams.
Car and Bet. Wow, shit.
Hmm.
Fuck, I forgot about them.
I got the one just for bread.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. So back into GP3 on the Chinese Grand Prix.
Hmm.
You know I had my lead lap. And I had the most lead laps. But what lap did I get my first lead lap in the Chinese Grand Prix?
Oh,
Do you want to
okay.
say lead lap a few more times?
Just like when Infinite March has disconnected from the sessions,
Yeah.
and and you have your new race leader with one of the Renault drivers.
Erlang Dang. Yeah.
Okay, but what lap did I have my lead change?
The lead change.
So March disconnected on lap 5.
Did March come back?
He did come back.
Yeah, he did come back.
As I said, I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the GP3 race yet.
I actually think by the time March disconnected, you had already passed Erlang Dang. So I'm going to go with lap 5. I'd say lap 5 was the end of lap 5, the start of lap 6 was the first lap that you started leading the race.
Well, you said lap 5 or 6. Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Well, you're actually wrong. Like, I came into the pit behind Infinite March, and Infinite March still continue on. So the correct answer was lap 11.
Oh, yeah, now that's right. Yeah, I remember now because because you did the undercut on Erlang Dang. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank God I'm not doing the launch today. It's pissing.
Right. J-Ad, your question.
Yep.
I'm just trying to find you in the list. Here we go. Who is your teammate for the season 2018 category in McLaren?
Ooh.
Whoever's in McLaren.
Jay.
Perfect.
Jay.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I have no idea I have no idea of his PSN, but it's Jay,
Well,
Hey,
the Canadian.
hey, I wasn't lying about it. I got it correct. It's someone in a fucking McLaren.
all right. So anyway, Oh, actually, well, no, sorry. So, guy's question was still correct, though, because I only said F1, I didn't say F2. But, actually, Josh, this will be an interesting one for you.
Okay.
It's guy's question, but only I'm asking you from... this is J Law, not J Ad. So,
gosh.
I'm asking you the same question I asked Guy, but
But for
only
GP,
from
for
F2.
Oh gosh.
So so teammates carrying over from this season into F2, but in different cars.
Well, not
Got it.
not even necessarily the same car either.
Ooh. I didn't even know that. Well, then again, I didn't pay attention to GP3 because.
You probably
You're
should.
too good for that. Oh my god.
You probably should though, because it's the better category of choice. It's the most action-packed one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because we have one person cheating with super fast laps. We have 3 or 4 people that take each other out. It's fucking
He's not.
great, right?
That guy's in F1 now, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah, I know, but still. Next person to cheat is me, so let's go.
Anytime today.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
I
Oh
don't know.
gosh.
Well, before I turn grey would be really nice. Thank you very much.
Ooh.
And
Ding, ding, ding.
time.
We have a wiener!
The answer
Ouch.
is oddly 2. And this is the part that makes it more embarrassing for yourself, J Law. You're one of them.
Oh.
Oh!
You and Pro Opa, who are currently at Ferrari, moved to Alfa Romeo Sauber for season 2018.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And then the other one is,
You're a
of course,
disgrace.
Jonathan and Erlang Dang staying at Mercedes, so they retain their partnership despite everything.
Yeah, you bastard. I wanted to go to fucking Mercedes.
You jumped pretty quick at the Ferrari spot, though.
Ah.
So who haven't I asked? Oh, no. Yeah, who haven't I asked?
Kenzie.
No, Jonathan again. Shit.
Guy.
No, I asked Guy
No,
as well.
No,
no.
John.
All right, Jonathan. Okay, this one's gonna get you. Well, actually, it probably won't. It probably won't, because if you've been paying attention, you'll know. How many drivers are confirmed in F1, and how many are confirmed in F2?
20 in F1, 17 in F2.
Whoa.
Oh, quick answer.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he got the second one wrong.
Oh,
16.
20 and 20.
You
I think
idiot.
it's
He
He
20.
said there were 3 open spots.
There are 3
There are
open
4.
spots, but one of the drivers that had been mentioned in
One
the
guy
comp
still
thing
isn't
has not been
confirmed.
confirmed. And that's Don Venzito is yet to confirm himself whether he's going to be at Red Bull or not. So there is actually 16 confirmed at F2 with 3 seats still available to pick from, which is Williams and Force India.
I wonder why no one wants to go to Force India or Williams.
Hey, I'll go to Force India. I don't care. Pink is what makes you a real man.
So at the end of the
Real
day,
men
points.
wear pink.
Hang on, just calculating the points, just rigging the election.
As always.
And the winner is Vladimir Putin, so...
Viva Russia!
Donald Trump came second.
Viva la raza.
So yeah, we're going to take another break here at Transnation Superstars, and when we come back, we're going to end the session with predictions for the Russian Grand Prix, so stay with us. We need a kind of like an intro, like we've got an intro. We need like a little intermediate intermission.
A little jingle.
Yeah, jingle.
Da, 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 da.
I want my baby back ribs.
The fuck was that?
Hey, I ate a baby once, you know. Baby, the other white meat.
What the fuck?
God, nobody's watched Austin Powers, really. Jesus.
Yeah, no, you just
No.
sound like a freak right now.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
I'm considering calling the police.
Good luck. Anyway, we're back here at Transnation Superstars. So we've had a bit of fun, bit of seriousness, bit of romance. No homo. So
Yeah, it's
we're
only
now,
Stuart McKenzie. Fuck.
so anyway, we're going to wrap up this day with the predictions for the Transnation Challenges Russian Grand Prix ahead in a day's time. So I'm going to run it by the list of the people in the Skype call, starting with Mackenzie. So Mackenzie, your predictions for F1 and GP3 qualifying and the race.
Okay. I reckon Noah will get pole position for F1, and then I reckon. Yeah, no, I want to be bold here, and I reckon Guy's gonna take the win. I reckon Noah.
Stop it.
I reckon Noah and David will come together and fuck themselves over.
Well, if the penalty system's
Guys like,
kick
guys like,
them in
stop
the ass
flattering
first.
me. Just nice.
Yeah,
Ouch.
yeah.
So for GP3,
I reckon. Fuck. This I need to start paying attention to GP3 more. I reckon. I've been wrong with all my predictions going with Jonathan. So Jonathan, you can suck an ass.
Hey, now I'm gonna win.
Yeah, no, I reckon.
Bad.
No, I reckon. Fuck. I have no idea. Don't
well,
even
actually,
ask me.
interesting fact: Jonathan called the winner from F1.
What?
He predicted
Oh,
me.
what,
He predicted me to win the race, and I did.
Yeah, after the aborted start, after you got mugged off in fucking qualifying.
Well, either way, but well, actually, who did we even say was getting pole for that? I think everyone said Plev, so
Yeah.
and he ended
Oh
up
no, he
third.
got fourth, and
Fourth
yeah,
and
but
third,
then
but either way, so you don't have an answer for GP3.
no, I don't. It's
Okay,
it's too close to call, and I don't pay attention to it.
So, Mike, your predictions for F1 and GP2?
Well, I did say last time that you were going to win the race in Bahrain, and you did. So I'll go with you, and then I guess I'll go with you for the pole, man.
Oh shit, no pressure.
Ooh,
Okay.
Damn.
no pressure
You're
for
Going
it.
for that.
Yeah.
I've never known someone be so wrong.
Oh,
Very good.
I believe in you, Guy. You can do it.
right, and
Yeah,
then,
I will, don't worry.
and then for GP2?
GP2, man, I really don't know, man. I don't pay attention to GP2.
Well, I think we've got an even trade there in that regard. If Mackenzie's not following GP3, maybe you should trade if influencers and start paying attention to it. But all right, so Jonathan, F1, GP2.
F1, I'm gonna go with David on the pole and Noah for the win. And GP2, I'm gonna go. Even though he told me I can suck an ass, I'm gonna go with Mackenzie for both.
Yeehaw!
All right.
I like the way you think.
Guy,
Lucky
That's called a long friendship
GP2.
right there.
So Guy, GP2, GP3.
GP2, I'm going with Kart, I think, for pole. And I think Mackenzie's going to get the win. I think he's going to put it out the bag in the race.
Right,
GP,
GP.
Excuse me. God. Can't get rid of me that easily. GP3, we're going to go... Joker's gone now, hasn't he? So I'm going to say... it is so close down there. I think...
Going Z20.
Wait, am I right in saying is PMNA is he
Yeah,
GP3
he's still
or
here.
GP2?
Yeah,
He's still
He's
GP3.
GP3.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say PMNA going for the double.
Oh yeah.
So okay, so Jay Law. So your predictions for F1 and GP2.
All right. I'm gonna go for Donkey to go for a pole.
Oh yes, boy.
I didn't know donkeys.
Doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
I didn't know that donkeys could drive F1 cars.
And
Okay!
I'm going with the number one
What are you
driver
doing in me,
for
swamp?
Ferrari.
Sorry, who did you say for the win?
For the number one.
Ooh.
Oh, get out.
With the number one right next to his name.
Damn straight.
And for
Just wrong.
GP2, I'm going to go with Mackenzie will get pole and a race win.
Ooh.
Oh God, certainly no pressure this weekend.
And then finally Jay Ad. So Jay Ad, predictions for F1 and GP2.
All right, so F1 is going to be Brett for pole, Guy for the win.
Oh.
GP2, don't really know, and I'm going to go for GP3, Banana Josh for pole, and me for the win. Fuck yeah!
So you are attending this weekend, are you now?
No, but I'll win in spirit.
Okay.
What?
You're
Wow,
fucking
don't-
depressing.
don't-
Josh, you're
Hold
fucking
up.
depressing.
You know?
That was loud.
So one of
That's
the
so fucking
Confidence.
depressing.
Getting off that podium for the first time, that's called confidence. You don't have to be there to win. You can still be a winner.
well, that's true.
Oh,
But one of the things I've just noticed is that the conditions have changed a little bit for predictions. A lot of in the past, it used to always be the German brothers for pole and the win. Now, there's
Yeah,
a
well,
bit more
people have realised how good I am now, so...
Well, and that's the thing, because despite everything, the championship battle is actually between you and I, not them.
Yeah.
So,
True.
at the
I
moment...
mean, you call it a
Happens
battle.
when you
I mean,
don't
I'm
show
just,
up
I'm just
for
letting
two
you get a
races.
bit closer to make it a bit more interesting.
What do you mean
for
getting
viewers.
closer? I'm ahead of you now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making it interesting. I'm just saving myself.
actually, there is something... I'm going to have to bag you on this,
It's
actually.
like, no, I'm a virgin.
No,
Well, we all
don't
know
do that.
Mackenzie is, but
Oh
anyway.
no.
It's always his first time.
mm.
Arrgh.
Fucking scary, huh?
But anyway, so yeah, there is something I need to bag Guy on before we conclude the show.
Oh no.
There,
Oh gosh.
do you remember when Ian Betts had the spin in GP2 on that corner, particular corner, and you said I've been around that corner in the beta test. What happens in the F1 race? You repeat it.
Oh, are we talking around coming down to the hairpin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could not help but find a bit of irony in your words in that commentary.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen as well. Happens every time.
And
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
actually
Funny
one of
thing
the-
as well, did he do it in the aborted start or?
it was we didn't even get. I don't even think we got through the first lap before the all the problems.
Yeah, no, everyone on my screen, it just said everyone has left the session, and then there were just cars jumping all over the place. But
That would have happened when surprisingly enough, like I found Bahrain's like always been like a track that causes like quite a lot of lag.
Yeah, there are a few tracks that I've noticed that do that, and the one in particular that I'm quite worried about is Austria. Austria, no matter every single game that has had Austria in it, has been so horrendously bad with issues.
Fix your shit code, Masters.
There was even one glitch in the 2016 race that I think me and Mackenzie and Alex did, that whenever people came into pit lane, that was it. They got stuck. They were stuck for the whole race.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that happened to me multiple times.
And I had to do, and it was a 50% race, so I did the 0 stop. Because I just did not want to go into pit lane.
Drive until the tires explode.
Yeah. Actually, okay, there's an idea for a challenge for future racing. Of course, we also have the Sprint Mode Championship coming up at the end of this season. We've actually canned post-season testing for this series, and it will be in place for the farewell to F1 2017, the Sprint Mode Championship.
I was about to say, yeah, hashtag farewell F1 2017. You won't be missed.
No, I don't think. Well, unless F1 2018 proves to be a worse game, then we'll just jump back, pretend nothing happened.
Worse than 2015?
2015 was a good game. I don't know why people disrespect it so much. I mean,
because of how bland it was. It had no career mode.
No career mode, but I mean, who cared? I was a god on that.
2014.
Game.
They have like 2014.
Oh yeah. Like we could go back to 20. Yeah, I reckon we should do that. Like depending on who got the old Cody's games. Like we should go back to those games and play them. 2015, 2016.
Well, we should have we will have a throwback one day. So if anyone does have F1 2016 and 15, we can have a throwback.
I don't have 15.
I got loads of.
Get it for like 20p though. So.
F1.
I can get I got 2015 off Jonathan, and I can just go re-download 2016.
I wonder if I'd still be as godly as I am now.
What about 2012? Anyone got 2012 on the PS2?
I don't even. I don't even have a PlayStation 3 anymore.
Okay, I got you.
I sold my
PlayStation
PS3
3 and F1 2012.
One game I still have though is F1 99.
Oh, I've got 2001, and pretty much everyone from that, apart from 2015.
I've got
2011 for the 360.
I got F1 2006 Championship Edition.
Oh my god,
that's a good game.
Now that was like the most godly game of all time for F1.
Yeah.
No,
Did you ever sign with Toyota over Ferrari?
Yeah. Oh, Ben, you drunk.
The game was other than that was it.
I got some flashbacks of Tim Ramonic moving to Toyota instead of being a second driver for Ferrari.
Well, that's all the time we have, guys. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for later.